All right. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, so realistically, what we're going to be doing here is basically just having fun, just watching good stuff. I have a couple things that I want to review and kind of talk about with you guys, specifically about Wes Watson, which I think will be really fun. Um, so we're going to do a little quick review of some brain rot content. I think the big purpose behind what I'm trying to do here is just get as much ideas behind content, ideas behind something, related to long form videos that I could do. So that's the whole point behind this. Essentially, is I want to find good shit to cover for full size videos, right? So my goal, you know what, is just to review shit and talk about it with you. There's this video that this guy drops about Wes Watson, and I think it's pretty interesting. I've only seen like the first couple minutes of it, where he's talking about basically the feds are coming for Wes Watson and his life's gonna be ruined. And I'm kind of interested in it. I'm kind of interested in what that says, bro. I appreciate it. Enos, thank you, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna go through this video and I just want to talk about it because truly, I think Wes Watson is a fucking scumbag. I think he is approaching failure as faster than any influencer we've ever seen before. I don't think there's a single influencer who is reaching failure as fast as what Watson is. And I fucking hate the guy personally. Like he's just such a douchebag. it's not like it's because he's rich or anything like that. It's just because he's genuinely just ugly, a douchebag, and like he's a felon, right? I just hate how people who have huge criminal records get absolutely, like blown up to be some kind of hard worker or hard kind of badass dude. Let me turn the volume up for you guys then. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, this should be a little bit better. Yeah, it's just a little bit weird, man. I don't know how these people kind of catch on so quickly, honestly. It's kind of freaky, to be honest. It's kind of freaky. So we're going to watch a video together. And I'm going to kind of talk about some shit. And we're going to see what happens. So this video posted by Jesse on Fire. We knew Wes Watson before he went to prison. The feds are coming for him. Dude's got 418,000 subscribers. This video was posted 9 days ago. And, I think that there could be some interesting stuff in it. So let's just run it. I'm going to stop and kind of add the information that I know as we go. You guys let me know if there's any issues with the audio and stuff.
So a lot of you guys already know who this dude is. This is Wes Watson, all right? So he is basically the primary focus of the internet that loves to pick a dude out and just light them up. He is the central figure of that community right now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Everyone on the entire internet, whether it's Kenny KO, whether it's me, whether it's Johnny Bravo, like Greg Doucette, everyone has sort of concentrated their efforts at thrashing Wes Watson. And what's happened is all of the little incels on the internet, which I love, they've gone out and they've found ways to just completely uncover everything humanly possible about Wes Watson, which I just think is the funniest shit to be a part of. I don't know how people from the internet can find so many things, but man, they can go way back. People found what prisons he went to, what he went to prison for, which wasn't anything even that crazy. He talks about what he went to prison for being like for family type stuff, and it was absolutely not. He was just scamming people. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And that is definitely a place you do not want to be. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big your shoulders are. I don't care how much jewelry you wear, what your house looks like, how much money you have.
What is the thing with the fucking jewelry too? I honestly don't understand. I don't understand what the point is. Like, if I wear a big chain like that around my neck, I feel like a fucking dweeb. I feel weird wearing a bracelet. You know what I mean? Like, how much does that thing weigh? Like a pound of metal? What is the point, bro? Just leave it at home. And if the funny thing is if you go to any other country, people are just gonna yank that shit off of your neck. Like in Thailand, that happens so many times where these like rich white boys would come to Thailand and then they would just get absolutely thrashed by some Thai dudes. They'd have all their jewelry ripped off. And it's like, okay, so why'd you wear it in the first place, brother? Like, just it's silly to me. It's a silly concept. I don't know. Maybe someone is being like more consciously aware of his presence in space, you know, in like my safety. I guess I wouldn't want like a big target on my back, and ultimately that target being, hey, look, I have, you know, 20 grand of chain on my neck. That's just a terrible idea to me. Terrible idea.
It's just like prison. Well, Jesse on Fire, how is that like prison? Simple. It's a numbers game. Okay. When they get it on for you and you have this army of trolls online, an army of creators who are like, I'm going to light this dude up. It never ends, man. And it just grows exponentially. I have seen it destroy people's careers. I am watching it destroy his career right now.
A great example of this actually is Liver King. Liver King was at one point really respected by a lot of people until content creators started actually publishing content about Liver King. And then suddenly he had like this precipitous fall off and people absolutely thrashed the Liver King for everything. He got exposed. People claimed that he was doing shit he wasn't doing or doing shit that he was doing. It kind of, you know, people were just coming up with all sorts of theories. And it suddenly just became this huge fall off to where now, you know, Liver King is kind of not hitting the algorithm anymore. He's not in any massive feeds. Like you can still see him doing his antics, but he's like smoking cigarettes with weird guys and like doing all this weird stuff. We made videos on it before, but you see this so often with dudes where they'll reach this really high pinnacle and then they just try to be too boisterous and then they just get targeted. And instead of being like subtle and, you know, I think more importantly, calm and like not, how should I say it? Like cocky, you know, not like this really gluttonous asshole. And instead they could just be like very humane, very normal, very calm, but they can't do that when they reach those pinnacles. And so everyone makes fun of them. It's just like the one bully in school no one liked, but no one can do anything about it. The internet's a fucking, it's, you know, free for all, man. It's RuneScape's wilds, bro. You can kill anybody you want and you just have to target one guy. And as soon as everyone picks up on him, it's done.
Now, for me, it started.
Holy shit. I didn't even see your comment about the RuneScape wilderness, by the way. I literally just said that. So we're on the same fucking mental frequency, brother.
Right here when Wes did the Fresh Out interview, which I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with. And I was like, man, this guy is really, really talented. I don't exactly remember how this came about, but somehow I ended up in a conversation with my wife and her friends and found out that this dude lived with three of my wife's best friends briefly. Well, one of them for a while and the other two briefly in San Diego prior to him going to prison. And so I found out that what we're going to hear in this interview right here, where he lays out what his life was prior to going to prison, was not true. Okay. Like not true. Pretty outlandish claims. And I know they're not true. And I have always known they weren't true. Okay. And why this is relevant is because here is the genesis of his career.
I started smoking weed. I didn't want to pay for that shit. So I started fucking hustling. I wanted that shit for free. All of a sudden I start making a couple hundred. That turns into elbows. Then I start pushing some big weight. You know, I start getting 100 packs, 200 packs. I'm driving a fucking Escalade to high school at this time.
Oh, shit.
People are driving fucking Honda Civics and shit that their parents paid for them. And I got an Escalade on.
He looks so cracked out here. Like this version of Wes just looks so deranged with that goatee. And he looks just like, I don't know, maybe this is like pre-cycle or something, but he just looks way different.
23s. And I mean, this was when 50 had the one with the game, and he's got the doors up on the red one, Lamborghini does, and I'm thinking I'm cool as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, 2003 comes out, I get that Rover.
Yeah.
I get the black Rover, and I didn't even wait 10 fucking minutes. I put the black fucking 23s on it, and I was killing on that one too. But, you know, pushing those packs, I was making crazy fucking money. I was getting the BCs from Canada, and I mean, I'm making $400 off each bow. I'm getting 200 at a time. You know, half's going to one homie, half's going to the other. I'm making 80 grand a pop every fucking 10 days.
I wonder if that's actually true. We'll talk about that later. Then I started watching Dubs.
Yeah, like in high school, I don't know about that. That's kind of fucking crazy, to be honest. Jesus Christ, man. Like if you're in high school and you're actually pushing that much drugs, that's a little crazy, right? And I think someone's gonna start pointing fingers if you're driving up to school in Escalades and brand new Land Rovers and shit like that. I mean, cool, I guess. Again, I don't understand like why this is. In the interview the interview he's pulling up, the guy's like kind of amazed by this, like he's impressed, and I'm like, I don't think that's impressive. Like if you have something that people are gonna buy because they virtually are addicted to it, and you're leveraging that because of their addictions, like it's not that impressive. It's pretty fucking easy to do. You know what I mean? It's just like find the guy that sells it, buy more of it, sell it to other people, repeat. And it's a crime. That's like why it's not legal. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, first of all, I watched him blow up. These are the ones that he blew up on. Okay, so this is like probably like his like 10th video.
You can see the drastic change in his character already, like the purplish reddish skin, the open jaw, the fucking glasses, like he's already developing. You notice he always wears fucking glasses too. It's because his face is so ugly he has to hide that shit.
I was watching 5 years ago. I was like watching this, just like, I think I like this guy, man. So this is what it was like early on, and this is the kind of stuff that he blew up on.
A lot of confusion on the streets, a lot of confusion in the media, a lot.
The yelling, like as if his phone isn't just right there. Who's in this park or whatever that he's like, who is standing within 10 to 20 feet of this dude? I just imagine there's probably like these kids in a park, like maybe 30 feet away or something. You're just looking at this guy like, mommy, who the fuck is this? And she's like, let's go, son. Let's go. Like, what is this man doing with his shirt off, screaming, like grunting? So you can tell he's like holding pressure to get his veins to pop out. And every time he talks, he's like got to flex his bicep. It's like a whole pieced together thing. It's not just a easy to make video. He like literally sets up this phone and he's like, all right, got to make sure I set my bicep in the right spot. Got to make sure I hyperventilate before this to get my veins popping. Okay, is my skin purple? Let's slap my chest a little bit to get that shit redder. It's like, come on, brother. Like, we know what the fuck is going on, man.
A lot of confusion in general, which I used to be a massive part of. Chasing that leisure life, that perpetual pleasure-chasing lifestyle that only weakens you. The comfort that we seek that weakens us. Then the second we get in a harsh situation, here come the tears. Here it comes.
God, he's insufferable. Yeah, he's like the worst version of humanity I think you could ever have in your life. Anyone around him while he's recording content, I'm sure is absolutely despising him every second of the day. He's so uncontrollably just he like pushes, he's self-ostracizing is what he's doing. Like he's pushing himself away from people, thinking that, his whole quote is that he's rare or something. He's not rare, he's just annoying. So no one wants to be like him or be around him. He's definitely on that hyphy mud, bro. He's taking 3 scoops of hyphy every single day.
The second you land
that's how his skin is so purple right now.
In the pen, straight ding, bitch up time.
Yeah.
The point is,
so I aligned with this because I was like, yeah, because I had experience with, chasing the leisure, and then when things get hard, most people crack. Okay, I have a lot of experience with that, and I've had some rough times, some good times, but I am a person who will put my nose down and fucking grind. So I aligned with a lot of the stuff that he said, like a lot of the stuff that he said. But let's just go on a trip really quick, okay? So let's just go like.
And you know what? I agree. Like, I think that Wes, the principles in which he started to preach are generally good. If you need to work, if you need more money, if you need something done, just work harder. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of the times people are just at a certain, have like this self-limiter, which disenables them to work harder or longer when they probably should and could, but yet they don't. The fact is that it turns into this, like this happens with so many people. They'll say like one thing that is generally agreeable, like this, like work harder, and then it converts into this whole other like bullshit thing that is completely different, like disgustingly different, right? And I think that's West in a nutshell. Like most people who are fatherless fucking dweebs on the internet will look at Wes and he's talking about changing your life and grinding really hard, and then they see those messages and it's like, sure, but then they actually like listen to the full message. It's like, okay, what the fuck is this guy actually talking about, man? Like, who are we listening to right now? He's an ex-convict, let's be honest.
Like this, all right? So the way I got here was I went to videos, I went to oldest, right? So you go oldest, this is what you're looking at, right? His old stuff.
Yeah, I guarantee he's not like this IRL. I guarantee he's probably much more quiet, much more reserved, probably not even to any kind of real degree this kind of confrontational at all. I bet he's very uh, passive in a lot of different ways, and it is a character, to be honest.
You go to his new stuff, right? You can see they're getting significantly less views, right? Because he's talking from a $30 million property, okay? And this is what he's like now.
You guys, it's a special occasion. It's a special occasion. I had to wear my chains for the special occasion. All these beta broads online have.
What is with this beta stuff? Like, Wes Watson is crazy, man. Clickbait hate makes me famous. No, it doesn't make you famous. It makes people make more fun of you. If anyone's buying from you, I think congruently we can all say that they're just idiots who don't have awareness of who you are, and all they have to do is look up your name, and the first things that are going to pop up on Google, on YouTube, on Instagram are about how you scam people. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, just because people make videos of you isn't like, you can't leverage that forever. At some point, you're going to reach critical mass where things are not going to go in your favor. Who is that one creator? He was that big fucking, the big black dude who always talked about football in his room. Turns out someone caught him as a pedophile. And that was all from all these people starting to talk to him. It was like, oh my God, what is this fucking dude? You guys know who I'm talking about for sure. Anyways, this guy, you know, was a meme, basically. He was a meme. What is his name? 445 something. BDW 445. I'm totally spacing it. And like, because he was a meme, because so many people talked about him, people started digging into his character. And people started digging too far, and people started finding out this man, well, EDP, yes, EDP, bro. Oh my God, EDP. The best memes came from that man. The best fucking memes came from that fan, dude. EDP 445. That was a brilliant era. But the dude got so big, people started digging into his shit and finding out that, hey, things aren't going so well for him. Homie's a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a little careful. And that's what's happening with West. Like, people are finding out that he's doing, you know, G for P, like, you know what that shit is? He's stealing clothes from people. He's fucking doing, like, he's scamming people in his coaching calls, and he'll like basically take $7,000 for 3 months of coaching, have like maybe 3 calls with you. It's just a whole thing that is, it's the same thing Cali Muscle's doing, right? It's like this outside looking in thing. It's like, oh my gosh, maybe he has some insider information. And then you get inside and you're like, okay, this guy's just a fucking creep, and he's just trying to scam more people, and he's really an ex-con because he's just trying to do more crimes, but under a legal umbrella. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Have crossed a whole new level of delusion. These little boys who couldn't pull a chick to say.
Yeah, he got caught by a predator catching channel on YouTube, but I think, to be honest, I think that channel wouldn't have caught him or found out about anything he was doing unless they knew who he was. And I think most people knew who he was because of his internet virality, to be honest.
Save their lives. They can't fathom how a man who drives a fucking Bugatti and is famous and is jacked living in Miami could pull chicks without paying for them.
Oh my God. Hold up. I think I just heard him talking about like something about the leisure life, and then he talked about a Bugatti, $30 million property, and bitches. I feel like he's lost the message, dude. Like, I think that he potentially may have lost the fucking message along the way somewhere. Now, just to make sure.
EDP does like cupcakes. He really likes cupcakes, to be honest. Yeah. Ripped, rich, and rectal. That's too far.
That any of the West loyalists are like, oh, look at this little beta ass bitch who couldn't pull a bitch who's hating. This is my girl. This is my wife. We have 3 kids together. Okay.
Yeah, you know, actually an interesting point. Everybody who's talking about West usually has a really sturdy relationship. And West literally cannot hire anyone but escorts. And there's a whole, guys, you got to go to Reddit. Man, there's a whole Wes Watson page dedicated to exposing him. And the shit that they dig up is crazy to me. And they do some really vile jokes on there too. But like every girl he's with, they're like, oh, yep, she's on this escort site. She's on this escort site. She's here. She's there. And it's like quite literally, the fact of the matter is this man can't find a real woman to hang out with him. I wonder why. Like, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, what is he doing that requires him to pay females to hang out with them? I wonder what that is.
Okay. Do I look jacked? You know, am I jacked enough for you? I don't actually go to the gym quite as much anymore because I spend all of my time training jujitsu, where I learn to strangle people to death and break their limbs. But nonetheless, okay, here's my girl.
Even while he's in federal jail, prosecutors allege in new court filing.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I've been married to her for 16 years. Okay. She's the one with the best friends who lived with Wes. And we're going to get into, again, I told you, I will tell you exactly what they told me about Wes's life prior to prison and what's true and what's not about his $80,000 every 10 days. Yeah, that's more money than we make now. And we make a lot of fucking dough. So, something tells me that, well, not something tells me, I know he's lying. Okay, Wes Watson blew up on both YouTube and Instagram, and he started, a program where he sells coaching to people, and like the pricing is insanity, dude. Okay, basically
Yeah, it's like he charges at start, the lowest cost program is $7,000 for 3 months of coaching. There is literally no advice a human being could give you that would be worth that much money. I could see like $7,000 for a coaching program for a year. Like, I think that's realistic. If you're showing someone how to start a business, how to legitimize their business, make sure they're doing taxes, make sure they have the right CPAs, make sure they got their accounting good, showing them how to do a sale, how to nurture the leads, how to get funnels, like those things are pretty important, and any business is going to need them. So if you can learn how to do those things, you can make most businesses successful to at least some degree. But quite literally, the motherfucker is not going to teach you those things. There's no way Wes can teach you anything about taxes. There's no way Wes knows anything about accounting. There's no way he could tell you how to invest your money when the motherfucker's leasing Bugattis and, $70,000 a month houses. There's no way. Like, he's not the guy to listen to. It's like your 60-year-old grandfather who, owns 2 houses or whatever, and like has made it in his life. And he's not like here's the thing. Here's my honest theory. I think that Wes Watson is probably struggling to breathe. And every single day he has to wake up and work his ass off at publishing videos like this, because let's be honest, all he does each and every single day is post stories on Instagram, post videos on Instagram. Like, he posts 6 or 7 times a day. Who has that much time? Like, realistically, if you're making this much money, how do you have that much time to post this much? If people are paying you $7K for 3 months, some people are saying like $10K or $40K for a year. That's crazy. Like, how do you have that much time to post on it? Like, I would be working my ass off for someone who's paying me $40K per year, yet he's on Instagram like 4 or 5 hours a day. And you could say, oh, he's just working harder, he's just working longer. It's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Let's be for fucking real. When he's posting content, it ain't that early, it ain't that late. And he's just getting up. He's posting in bed. He's posting, getting ready for bed and shit. And it's like he's living the leisure life. The one thing he talked about being completely against. It's fucking wild.
Price for his coaching, and we're talking coaching like he coaches.
But I bet bro literally charges more than $40K a year for some individuals. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's probably what he tells people. And then he gets people who are like, hey man, what can you do for me? And he's like, okay, this much. You have to be delusional. You have to be delusional. And the other thing this fucking shit is too, takes out of his 1 million followers, takes 2 people a month to make his income work for him, to pay off the lease, to pay off whatever, the Bugatti lease or whatever. It's just a sad fucking reality, man.
You how to sell coaching. We can get into all of that later. But the pricing is like, you're talking like $40,000 in some cases. All right. $40,000. Okay. Now, this is Dubs. All right. Dubs was one of the first guys that I saw start calling out his stories from prison, because I just assumed his stories from prison were interesting. I liked watching this guy because I thought I like watching people who talk on camera and I find their stories and themselves interesting, okay? You could have two people who have identical stories. One of them, I will be like, I'm never watching this guy again after 11 seconds. And the other one, I'll watch him talk about whatever, even if I know it might not even necessarily be true.
No, he claims to wake up at 1:45 and go to bed at 12 a.m. There's no shot. Like, you wouldn't be functioning. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be fucking dead. Speaking from experience, right? Like, you know, I talk about the military a lot because I was in it for a big portion of my life. Like, if you sleep for like 4 hours or less, you can't even do anything. Doesn't matter how much caffeine you have. Like, you will go and just fall asleep standing. The amount of times the motherfucker would fall asleep just standing up was crazy. You can't function on like even 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep over a repeated amount of time. You're just going to be so low functioning, it's not even worth it.
Because that's not what I find entertaining. I'm entertained by people, not necessarily the story, okay?
No, I left Canada, bro. I'm in Arizona now. I just bought a house in Florida, so I'm in between that house closing and just enjoying myself in Arizona, to be honest.
But so Dubs on the top left right there is the certified version of what Wes was pretending to be, okay? Dubs is very charismatic. He tells a great story. He's very interesting. So I watch a lot of his videos, okay? He got convicted of murder. He did 25 years. He was supposed to be doing life. He got paroled, all right? He did time in New Folsom and Pelican Bay, okay? Do you know what Pelican Bay is? If you were a California state prisoner who is one of these like lifer, you know, criminals or people who like take pride in your criminal life, then Dubs is the most credible person you will find on YouTube because he for real did all of the things that these all other guys are all pretending that they did. Okay, and you can check his background, you can check his credibility, and it's all bulletproof. And he also is very charismatic on camera, so people watch him. And so he would watch Wes Watson's videos where Wes Watson was representing that he had done time on all these level 4 yards. He's all, let me tell you what the difference between a level 4 California yard is and a level 2 and a level 3. And, you know, sometimes you got to get down like a clown, Charlie Brown, and I'll cut this dude's ear off. I cut off his nose and I ate it. I made soup out of his face, son. And you're like, damn, this dude made soup out of a dude's face. Is that what people do in California prisons? Of course it is, dude. That's what Wes said. That's standard for the woods, dude. You make soup out of a dude's face. You're like, damn. And Dubs is like, yep, none of that's true. Every single...
Does Wes actually claim natural? That has to be a troll. There's no way this man's actually claiming... Like, you can see his high blood pressure from 8 miles away. Like, you can see... He even said, when I was making his last video about him on the one I just published with Cali Muscle, I went to his Instagram profile and he made a post saying that he was up 8 pounds in 3 days because he just shifted his macros a little bit. And I'm like, dude, you're either gaining 8 pounds of fat or you just started a cycle. Like, it's one of those two things. Like, let's be for fucking real. And to be honest, like, he positions his arm in this really specific way whenever he's recording. But if you guys like actually see him stood next to somebody else, he is very small. Not only small, but he's very short. Like Greg Doucette style short. It's, yeah.
Single part of that story is a lie, and he'll just call it out. So it's hilarious because I get to watch two people who I think are interesting, and one of them is clowning on the other one. It's gold, right? So I watch both these guys a lot, right? Not to mention, I knew Wes was lying from the very beginning, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I know about that, obviously, in this video. Now I'm going to get to that in 1 second. I'll tell you guys exactly what I know right after I just point out that when Charlie is making fun of you, okay? Penguins 0.
His car is about why he needs more money to teach more people to become millionaires. He has a whole channel dedicated to just whining to his followers about giving him money, how he needs more money. He is literally just a dominatrix that desperate dudes will pay and think that somehow they're going to make money from it or he's going to impart wisdom on them.
I don't know if he's a big dude though. Like, if we just hold up, like if we just go to his Instagram and we're just like, let's be, really objective here. And we're trying to say, like, okay, is Wes Watson a big dude? Like, he'll post these, what a fucking wild post to be on my recommended right now. But he'll post these videos, like, where he's, let's say, like this, right? Where he's got, like, that wide angle lens on. He's, he's standing at the edge of the wide angle to get the distortion of the wide angle lens. It's just some random guy in the middle of the fucking photo. Like, what's going on? All right. So it's so funny, bro. And so, like, yeah, his arm looks huge here. But if you actually put him near anybody, for instance, like his girl right here, does he look like he's that big? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, if we look at him just standing around, is he really that big? I don't think so, man. I don't think so at all, bro. And like, look, Big Boy is here. Catch Big Boy standing next to West, and they're in a video together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not a thing. Yeah, like West is not that big. These guys all look so ragged, bro. They just look like leather. They look like nasty fucking leather. Ugh. I bet they paid that girl at least $40 to stand in that picture. For sure. Yeah, Mike does lie
Meanwhile,
about
Wes
his weight.
doesn't actually have a business. His business is looking for pay piggies that will pay him under the ruse that he's going to give them life advice, but he openly mocks them for doing it too. It's this like crazy cycle.
These are the people who make the videos calling studs like me fake alphas. Oh my God!
Wes Watson has become a full-blown special grade lol cow over the last...
Oh my God, dude. I love this guy, man. This is the king of YouTube, okay? Charlie's the king of YouTube. This dude will talk about a topic for 10 minutes, okay? He does no thumbnail. He does no like big thought about what the title's going to be, and it does 1.9 million views. You have any idea how much money this dude is making in AdSense?
Yeah, I think people actually don't realize it. You guys realize, like, on this channel, for like I think it's about 10,000 views. Let's just take the month of December. You guys can do or November. You guys can do like how many views I racked up in November. But I made 2.6K in just ad revenue from this YouTube channel, which I spend way more for editors and shit like that. So it really doesn't matter to me. But that's for a channel that's averaging like 4 to 5K views per video. Some videos do really well, like 100K, but a lot of them, are in that 4 to 5K range. So if Charlie's making, an average, or let's just say even a measly 1 million, which most of his videos are above, he's making close to $30,000 to $40,000 per YouTube video he posts. Charlie posts 2 videos a day. Like, that's insane. 40K, 50K twice a day. That's crazy.
He's the king, dude. I tell everybody that. I tell everybody that I know. I'm like, this guy has YouTube locked down so hard. I watch his stuff all the time also. When he's covering you and he's talking about you being a clown, you have made it to the top of the mountain of clownery.
All right, this guy's starting to glaze a little bit too much for my preference.
Okay, like, it's not good. If he clowns you, you're fucked. Like, there's no coming back from this. All right? Normally, under normal circumstances.
You're going to be over 500K in 12 months? I don't think so, man. Honestly, YouTube's a hard game, bro. I don't know how to fucking hack it. Like, I really don't. It's so interesting to me. You can do like one incorrect title and everyone will flame you in the comments section, and then your videos underperform for like 3 days after that. Or you can make one really good video, it'll get like 120K views, and you'll get like a ton of subscribers, and then your next 3 won't do shit, and yet they're the same quality. It's like you have to, especially when you're a small YouTube channel, you have to talk about big things or like really big keywords. But the problem is like the keywords aren't necessarily things I always want to talk about. For instance, Wes Watson and Cali Muscle, I could talk about them all day, but I don't want to. Like, that's not what I want to make content out of. But every time I talk about them, or I talk about, someone like Logan Paul or Jake Paul, those videos get 20K, 30K, 40K. But I don't want to turn into that kind of a content machine. So it sucks, to be honest. I don't want to fucking, be the guy that has to shill himself out for content that he's not super happy about, to be fair.
There's no coming back from this. There is a Reddit group that is dedicated exclusively to clowning on Wes Watson, man. Now, if it was a competition, I think the competition is between Dubs and John Bravo for who is making the best content on Wes Watson. So I think you guys would enjoy it quite a bit. Check out his channel as well. All right, I'm just going to tell you guys what I know, and then we're going to get into some more of the you know, what has caused all of this for Wes, because this is the inciting incident that caused the absolute downfall. There were people making fun of him before, but this is what really did. But here's what I know. He lived with Gabrielle's friend prior to going to jail. I think it was like maybe like 18 months to 2 years before he went to jail. So clearly, well after he said he was driving.
Appreciate that, bros. We're all in the K-hole now, baby. We're all in the K-hole now. Ain't nothing stopping this train. Holy shit. Kenny KO just copied my video. Look at this shit. Hold on. I want to finish this video, but like,
y'all recorded.
Did I not just make this video? I just made this video. I swear everybody who's got a bigger YouTube channel than me is stealing my videos. Greg Doucette's the biggest fucking conviction of this. He does this shit all the time. Anyways,
Lamborghini doors and making 80 grand every 10 days. Okay. He didn't have money for rent. He did not pay for bills. He lived with her, and he lived with her two other friends that lived there before him. And then he had to move in with his girl because he didn't have money. And the two other girls hated him so much that they moved out. They're like, I didn't sign up to live with your dude who's totally crazy and is not contributing to bills. And so they left. Okay. So he ended up living with Gabrielle's friend. He didn't have money for bills. That is why he moved in with her. And that is it's just true, man. That is something that happened. I know this for 100% sure. Now, let's talk. I mean, honestly, I never put this out there because I didn't think it was important, honestly. Because it's like, okay, well, if the guy's lying about having done time in California, why would anybody believe what he said about what he was doing prior to going to jail? And then I had talked to people like John Bravo's my boy. I love that guy. And he's like, no, it's a big story. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it's a big story, dude. And I'm like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? This story with Conor McGregor. Okay. All the story about like the girl, oh, she's really bruised and she went to the police and she had a tampon, jumped to dirt. And so yeah, Conor McGregor definitely.
Yeah, what's up with Conor McGregor, guys? I actually am not super educated on what happened. I see like TikToks of him like getting some really crazy allegations. I have no idea what's going on, dude. Zero idea.
Graped that girl. And I'm like, okay.
So he graped a girl. Is that what happened? He's graping.
And then it's like, but then you look at the case and everyone else who was there is testifying that she's lying. And it turns out she was texting her boyfriend the entire time, just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And then you have her on camera hours after supposedly Conor beat the living shit out of her and took it. And she's just like on camera. And then she goes and has sex with his friend. And you're like, do I really need to go on the internet to explain to you guys that her story about getting raped by Conor is not credible because she's a fucking liar because you verified a dozen different ways that she's lying? Why would you take her word for anything? It's exactly the same thing. You already know he's lying about where he did time. So why would I need to come on and tell everybody like, yeah, no, he definitely is not making money like that before he went to jail?
I mean, like, this is a really idiotic point he's trying to make here because it's like, okay, because you guys should already know I'm not going to talk about the information I know. Like what? Like that's like a geometry teacher saying, I'm not going to teach you how to do, I'm not so great at geometry, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to teach you math because you should already know it. How stupid is that? Like, if you know something, you'd be better off to fucking tell people what you know, not just assume that they know it and therefore not tell people it. It just kind of seems sketchy with this individual. Like, I don't know if Jesse's legit or not, but like that seems kind of sketchy to me in terms of withholding information because it's like common or it's seemingly to you basic information when clearly it's not. Like, I think more than not people wouldn't know about this kind of stuff unless you talked about it, which is crazy.
Like not even remotely in the stratosphere of that. Like, he didn't have money for bills. He had to move in with his girlfriend.
That's crazy about Conor. I honestly had no idea behind any of this shit. We're going to have another deep dive to do for sure.
But apparently it's a big story, so there you guys go, dude. There's the big story. Now, I am not a person who's rooting against this guy. I never root against anybody. I actually find it a repulsive...
I'm straight up rooting against him. So if he's not going to do it, I'll fucking do it happily. Totally fine with that.
Like personality trait to like want to see people get destroyed unless they are complete evil bad guys. I don't actually think that's what this guy is. I think he got carried away. Now, this is a horrendous look. Okay, when I saw this, I knew this was coming, dude. Like when I saw this whole scene, let's watch it real quick. I knew that he was going to get destroyed, and that is exactly what's happened. But let's watch him commit career.
Have you even been allowed to ask the question?
I know what you're going to say.
Then what was I going to say?
You're going to say, why can't you ask the question?
Okay, so that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, how in the world can you create a standard that it's inappropriate to ask somebody, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about
You
it.
think that I haven't experienced wealth? Even
I
poor
was
people,
asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
I was
They
asking
can-
if you
even
did.
poor
I don't know
people-
who you are.
But even poor people experience days of wealth. And so
This whole argument, by the way, on this Fresh and Fit podcast thing was so idiotic. And basically what this guy's trying to say is that if you don't desire to have Bugattis or all these nice things, that doesn't make you less than. And Wes is trying to quite literally say that, no, you you need to have these things because that's what qualifies you as a worthwhile man, which is just fucking mind-blowing.
thing is,
I talked about on a video too how, like, in a perfect world, bro, if I had my dream car, it's not a fucking Bugatti. It's like a really renovated 1993 Ford F-150 single cab pickup truck with a 5-speed in it. Actually, correction, 4-speed, because they didn't have 5 speeds back then. So it would be like my dream to have that car. I don't care about a Bugatti. It's wild.
No,
it's
definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely
No,
so.
not.
Definitely so.
I've lived the lowest lows and the highest highs.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at these studies done on this, it does not.
I don't fit no fucking studies.
It does not
bro.
hugely improve a person's
Are
life.
you proud of who the fuck
Bro,
you are?
That's not true. Just for the record, I am.
I think I know what this guy's gonna say, but like very clearly, Wes Watson fits the studies, bro. He like ex felon or current felon, criminal, drug addict. I mean, this is exactly what I'd expect from someone like this, to be honest.
Definitely not here to defend Wes Watson here at all, but that is not true.
Why
Well,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
get-
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've
and
been-
tell me you're fucking proud of
Because
yourself.
I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms.
Like, he literally can't say anything else more powerful. He's trying to create power over this man by pointing at his physique. Which, sure, the guy is fucking overweight, whatever. He needs to fix his health. But is that really devaluing his character? Look at fucking Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Like, Elon Musk is definitely not in shape. He's the richest man in the world and has done some of the most underappreciated things in my mind. If you like him or not, that's not, it's whatever. Objectively, though, the man has caught rocket ships from space. Like, we've never been able to do things like that. And he's not in shape. Does that mean he's any less valuable than fucking Wes Watson? Absolutely not. It's irrelevant.
Arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison where they
Dude got up and got shorter. That's crazy.
get fucking
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
he's talking
what
about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison where they get
Let's
raped.
And the funny thing about this is Wes made that comment where he said he can be identified by his asshole. He made that comment on a YouTube video. So this guy's not even extending the bounds. Andrew's being very logical here.
You get your ass beat in front of
You think that
everybody.
that's better? You think that that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success. And then
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is, you guys.
let's let him
Please
get his-
don't listen to that.
So this is the part where I'm gonna have to stop, and
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is what he's like. Please don't listen to that. And so you're a man, like someone who's gone to prison, someone who's a felon, someone who has to hire women, someone who has to take the clothes that he's given to the women he's hired to make sure he can give them to the next female that he hires because he can't afford more clothes for the next female. Like, absolutely just irrational behavior.
I can't help myself. I am just going to say the following thing, okay? People who flex the check out the size of my arms thing. Okay, now I don't know if everybody knows what my world is, but my world is combat sports. Okay, I cover UFC.
That's another great point. Like, look at if you guys go on my Instagram channel, you'll see me fighting with some Thai guys in Muay Thai, and those Thai guys, bro, they're 130, maybe 140 pounds on a good day. Super, super small. super skinny, they would absolutely floor me anytime we sparred in seconds. And it's not because I'm super slow. Yes, I'm slower, but it's not because I'm super slow. It's not because I'm super weak. It is generally because they are killers. They were born and raised to be Muay Thai fighters. It doesn't matter how big they are. They can fuck shit up like instantly. It's scary. It's honestly scary. And the whole thing is like, well, I'm bigger than you, bro. Like, that means I'm fucking stronger. No, not even close. Because I bet one kick from a shin of a small 120 pound, 130 pound Thai guy would absolutely lay Watson out on his back for a fucking week. Absolutely.
Or I mean, I still cover UFC. I cover a lot of other stuff now. But like, that's a world I'm dialed into, okay? Like, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to jiu-jitsu. And in our world, the guys that literally all they do is lift weights. And then, which is fine, dude. Like, if you just want to lift weights, that's completely fine. Lift weights, get huge, that's awesome. But if you both lift weights and then use that as a reason that you think you can punk people around like you're this big violent threat, okay? That's what I'm talking about. I want to make perfectly clear. People who work out all the time, good for you. That is a positive thing. But if you work out,
these Thai fighters have been training since they were in the womb. Yeah, bro, they give them fucking a bag right in the womb. They just lay one out in the stomach like that. They come out and they put them right next to that heavy bag. Say, get chopping, boy.
And you get jacked, and then you use that to throw your weight around like, you better not step to me, okay? I cannot tell.
I mean, come on, Colton. Elon is perhaps the worst possible example of a good man. Okay, so what is? Like, how do you... yeah, he's not the best. Like, have you read the books written about him and actually done the research? Because a lot of people just look at it as a surface level as statements, right? Yes, he hasn't had the greatest life, but if you look at his come up, he was born in South Africa into poverty. His parents were highly abusive alcoholics. He got out of that situation, started a business, invested tons of money into something, took massive L's in life just so that he could invest in his dream. Did that ruin some of the relationships with his family and having kids and stuff? Absolutely. But at the end of it, he's catching rocket ships from the fucking atmosphere of Earth. You're going to have to realize that at some point, balance isn't involved with some kind of shit like that that's moving humanity forward, right? And you could argue that point all day. He's not the best human, but I think what he's trying to do is looking out for the majority as he's pushing forward in science in many different ways than just one. Is he the best example for a great human? Probably not, but he's done more than most of you could ever say in a positive light.
Tell you how stupid you look to people like me and people who come from my world. Because we're like, that's not going to help you, dude. Okay?
Yeah. Muscle doesn't help you in fights. It slows you the fuck down. All that oxidation, bro, the amount of oxygen I need per 1 minute of sparring compared to that 140-pound Thai dude is insane. I will be huffing and puffing, even if I'm conditioned like crazy. I will be huffing and puffing so fast that by the time the Thai dude's just starting to get warm, I'm like, I'm KO'd already. I'm out. I have to take a break. I have to grab water. It does nothing for you. If we're pushing a truck across the street that's stalled out, sure, having some muscle's great. It works great. But ultimately, if we're talking about actual application and functionality, being ultra uber jacked isn't going to be any kind of indicative factor of you being a fighter or badass or dangerous or any of this stuff. It's why Wes Watson has to have a fucking bodyguard around him, because he could never actually defend himself. Nor, funny enough, could he ever carry a gun, because forever, for the rest of his life in the United States, it will be illegal for him to carry a gun as a fucking felon. How funny is that?
That's not going to help you. You can have all the muscles in the world. All that's going to do is make you tired fast. And then we're going to hurt you. Although you probably won't get to the part where you're tired, because you'll be unconscious before you get tired. Okay? Getting big muscles is not a reason to flex yourself as a violent threat to people like us. Okay? People come in with muscle bound all the time. We whip their fucking ass, dude. It doesn't help. Okay? It's going to hurt you in that world. So you should, A, stop acting like a violent threat, period, because you're a fucking grown-up. People should be able to look at you and know. You don't have to, like, there's no reason you need to, and Wes, or fucking, what's his name, that Steven Strang.
Bro, the ears are the dead giveaway for me. It's like whenever you see a dude with, like, cauliflowered ears, it's like, all right, man, good luck. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna mind my own over here. I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Those people was messing around with the God, what's his name, dude? The guy that the strength cartel guy called out
Wes dresses like Gandhi and walks around with a man purse. Yeah, the man purse really sells it for me. It's like somehow that's a flex. I could never.
out to fight, and he pulled a knife on him. Like, those guys, they're a fucking joke to us, dude. You know, you go around, you throw your weight around. Your weight is non-existent. You don't know how to fucking fight, guy. Okay? Stop telling people you're going to beat them up unless you go and learn how to beat people up. Otherwise, people who know how to beat people up are going to look at you, and believe me, whether they say it or not, because generally you keep it tight to the vest, what we're thinking is, okay, scary. Oh, scary. Scary. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's dumb. Don't do it. If you're a big guy, learn how to fight and then stop telling people about how you're going to beat them up. I remember, just everybody stop talking about beating people up unless you know how to beat people. Like, if you know how to fight, maybe you can talk about it. If you don't fucking say it. Because for sure.
I'm going to rub my ears with rocks until I get cauliflower ear just to scare people. It would probably work, to be fair, but that's crazy. You know, I'm not saying cauliflower ear is a good thing. I think most people would probably say it's really a fucking weird, unattractive feature of a human being. But if, like, you know, you're trying to scare other men, I think that's for sure good.
Sure. Here's the other thing, too. People who know how to fight, don't say it. Okay? The people who know how to fight, don't say it, because you want to know what else you learn when you know how to fight is that there's always someone tougher than you, much tougher than you. I go on my channel all the time. People talk shit in the comments, or I'll just yell, strangle you unconscious. I never respond to them because I'm like, maybe. There are a lot of people that could strangle me, you know? The end. Generally speaking, though, if you set it into the comments, the likelihood that you could strangle me is pretty low, but I don't know. I have no idea who you are. There are lots of people who could strangle me. It'd be idiotic for me to claim that I'm going to beat a guy up when I don't know what their martial arts experience is. Hey, what's your martial arts experience? I can squat 500 pounds. Okay. That's what you got? Then I'm going to fuck you up, dude. Okay? If that's your serious answer, I'm going to fuck you up, man. You know? Anyway. I'm going to probably stop on this for now, but that's probably enough for now, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wes is such a fucking troll, man. It's just insane to me. I never really understood how he made it this far, because you can just like take 2 seconds scrolling through his Instagram and realize everything he stands for. Like, let's just walk through his. I haven't viewed these yet. Okay, so we're cracking these fresh open together. His Instagram stories. Let's just check this out. What does he have to say to us today? It's going to be great.
It claims that they don't want to be ripped. Is just saying they're not willing to work for it or sacrifice to have it. It's not that important to them due to the work and sacrifice they know it's going to take. So it's not that.
Or it just doesn't serve a purpose in their life and they don't take fucking steroids, right? Like what is this? Like he's like, you don't want to be jacked. You don't want to take steroids, so you're fucking loser. Like, what?
That they're denouncing being muscular or being ripped. They're just saying I'm a lazy bitch. It has the same fucking thing to do with money. People who denounce money and say it's not all about this success or the material items, if they could snap their fingers, they would not take the money or the material items. They just don't want them because of the work and sacrifice.
No. I think if you gave someone a clear path to make just as much money as they'd want, they would walk the path, right? Let's be honest. If someone gave you a blueprint today, which for sure, guaranteed, there was no doubt in anyone's mind, it was legally guaranteed somehow that it was going to make you $500,000. It was just going to be absolutely horrible to go through. It was going to be rigorous as hell. I think anyone would fucking go through that. I think anyone would go through that. If you gave someone a path, they would follow it. The reality is that most people, once you get to a certain point, you're kind of like, okay. It's kind of like, you know, I don't really need more than a 3-bedroom house, to be honest. Like, what am I going to do with that? I have an office. I have a room for me. I have a guest bedroom. If I have a child, they have a bedroom as well. Maybe upgrade to a 4-bedroom house at some point. But like, at a certain point, it's kind of like, overconsumption just is gluttony, trying to repair holes in oneself, trying to fill, you know, the ego up with some kind of substance that isn't already there from a, you know, some kind of pre-existing value. When your value is built around you being a fucking felon, it kind of becomes hard to make your life worthwhile to other people. And so you have to do it by making money. Maybe that's kind of what he's facing, most likely.
They know it's going to take to attain it. So when you have both, motherfucker, when you're jacked and you have all this shit and you've done everything, the amount of work and sacrifice you've done is actually what you're seeing in a person. You shallow pieces of shit.
Oh my God, man. He's okay. It's just so funny. And he always has to post up with that camera. Look at how shitty that ride is, by the way. That would just be awful. No, I was in the US military, bro. That would be awful to ride in a Bugatti if that's how it actually rides. I've never ridden in one, don't care to. But if it rode like that, I would feel really shitty about my purchase. I would be real fucking mad about my purchase.
I gotta ask you guys a question. What in the fuck is really wrong with people who keep going back to something that aggravates them?
Like you getting pegged? Or you selling fake drugs and having to live with other girls?
If a page or a person or something really irritates you, what makes you keep going?
Keep in mind, you guys, in this story, whatever he's saying, even if it's legit, whatever he's saying is being done while he's having dinner with a girl in a restaurant that probably is a fancier establishment by the looks of it, low lighting, general good music but calm in the background, high quality establishment, maybe a couple $100 dinner, pretty average. And he's just out there yelling at his phone in the middle of a restaurant. How embarrassing to be next to this person. Like, how fucking embarrassing, to be honest.
Back there. Just forget about it. Just move forward. If there was something that you knew pissed you off, why do you keep visiting that page or anything of that sort? Or that person even? It's fucking psychosis.
It's so cringe. It's like, you know what he does. You know what he does is he's like, babe, hey, I know I'll pay you extra tonight. I'll pay you extra if you post this on your story and tag me. All right, babe, I'm gonna repost it, but can you just post this on your story real quick? Make sure we use this hand so I can flex my watch, okay?
I mean, word on the street is it's pretty inspirational to pull up with that orange one, behind that orange one. And I mean, they're just not haters in Miami. Little hood kids rolling up in their whips. You know they're out doing grimy shit. And they're like, man, Wes, this is some inspiration right here.
Is it though? I mean, you got to be a certain type of person to really think that just because you drive a fucking expensive car, that's inspiration.
Fuck, if you can make it out this bullshit, I can. Then I mean, that's what matters.
Yeah, they already posted her on Reddit, by the way. She's confirmed escort already on well, it's actually the escort he hired before, then said he broke up with. She's back now because he hired her again.
Up this morning, send my prayers to the Lord. I thank him cause he ain't make me like nothing.
Look at that air fryer, man. That double-decker air fryer.
These little boys, yo, 22 collecting cars, I still call them toys.
Man, he's got that DeVille espresso maker. That's a budget shit. Let's be honest. You know, it's kind of interesting he leases this place, right? So is it self-furnished? Like, do they furnish it for him, or is he supposed to furnish it? Because you'd think the man, if he likes to drink coffee, he'd have a better coffee machine or better air fryer. I don't know.
I've been making money, these niggas ain't making no noise, yeah.
Oh my God, someone actually bought this? No, dude. Oh, the whole prison clothing line they dropped. Why would anyone wear a whole prison line of clothing?
Grays are starting to hit the line. Everybody's starting to pick theirs up. I'm telling you, I like those fits more than anything. You guys know I love them button-ups with the collar, with the shorts. That you got to pick up a pair, just feel how it sits on you, and then realize that's how it is. Anything that fits better, makes you feel more jacked, makes you fucking feel a certain way.
All I hear from this guy is ego is everything.
That's the real shit.
But Prison Planet, that's got to be the gym he goes to, is Prison Planet. For sure.
I've been posting this podcast.
Hit me up with that Planet Prison, bro. Where's that membership at?
Where I wore those institutional grays on the podcast. It's my favorite look by far. Tell me it's not. I'm about to post a motherfucker right now. Tell me it don't look like a motherfucker. I'm just someone who can't.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's absolutely ridiculous. I would never pay money for this at any point in my entire life. Even if he's like, hey bro, I'll sponsor you and send you this shit for free, I would not put it on, because I would honestly be embarrassed. I would honestly be embarrassed to wear anything that resembles this. Fuck it. Hey, dude.
Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag, bag.
Like, this man is using 90% lumbar to lift that bar right now. Like 90%, maybe more. It's like all his friends copied his tattoos too. That's the worst part about it. They're like, oh, West has words behind his ears, back across his neck. I should do the same thing, because West makes money. He has a Bugatti, so I will do I'll do what Wes says too, and I'll get tattoos on the back of my head. This car busted. And who is the artist they all go to? I'm sorry, guys. I just have content for days when it relates to Wes Watson. Their tattoos are horrible. If you've ever actually, like, from a distance, you can't really see because it's just black and gray. Like, I'm covered in this shit, so I realize, like, it doesn't look good from a distance. But when you get close, you could really see the quality of a tattoo. If anyone's ever seen me in person, you see, like, okay, the tattoos actually look really good. I pay lots and lots of money. I go all over the world to different tattoo artists. But the tattoos that these guys have are horrible. Horrible. Hold on. He made his own belt. Wes Watson, don't be a little bitch. That's what his belt says. His belt says Wes Watson, don't be a little bitch. What fucking Temu website did he pick that up from? That's just horrible. Okay, here's what I mean by his tattoos, by the way. Here's what I mean by his tattoos. Look at his calves. What is that? Look at his arms. What is that? It's just a murky amount of ink. Like, what is that? I really don't know. Yeah. Make Wes Watson hate content. I'm on it, bro. Like, it basically looks like he doesn't have the tattoo on his calf finished. If you can look at it, it looks like it's maybe some really disfigured skeleton or something, but it's clearly not finished. Yeah, honestly, I've seen so many bad tattoos these days, it deters me. I would never get a tattoo unless you know exactly who you want to get a tattoo from. Like you've searched and scoured the internet for the best tattoo artists, and even if it's really expensive, saving up the money and getting that tattoo versus just trusting your local fucking tattoo shop to do it, way better. Because your local tattoo shop is going to have the most garbage tattoo artists, I'm sorry, possible. Tattooing is an art. And if you think about like how much people can actually produce good art, like how many painters you know who can paint beautiful images, there's very few. But yet there's tattoo artists on every corner. So you have to fucking find the right artist for you, and it takes time, bro. I've gone to Korea, Japan, Thailand. These are where I've gotten my tattoos from. I don't just like I don't just literally walk across the street and go to a tattoo shop. I don't do that ever. It just is a waste of money and you end up hating it. That's why my forearm is black. That's why it's all black, because I hated my tattoos that I got when I was young, when I was just like, let's go get a tattoo. I just covered them up because they're so disgraceful.
250 fucking pounds, brother. That's because I can make money, and I got fucking money, and I got a Bugatti. 250 pounds.
Wes, number. Nigga, West Side.
Yeah, 250 pounds. What is that 250 pounds comprised of? What does that belly tell you the 250 pounds is comprised of right now? What the fuck does that tell you? I mean, he could probably take 30 pounds off that 250 fucking pounds. Gonna get a tattoo on my ass that says exit only just in case I run into Wes. Dude, that's terrible.
West Side in this motherfucker. West Side in this motherfucker.
On everybody, my name is Phil Bohol, founder of the Underdog Uprising, and I want to make this quick video for my mentor, Wes Watson. Look guys, before I plugged in with Wes, I've already built 2 7-figure businesses, a confidence coaching program and a multiple 7-figure sales agency. But along the way, I completely lost myself, and that's when I plugged in with Wes to show me how to be the best leader, the best husband, the best father I could be, especially with my second baby girl on the way. Just this month.
It's like they have to use money. They have to use the money to show that they can establish their knowledge. There's no free value. There's nothing of like showing that you know what you're talking about. It's just, look, we have money. It's just like, hey, look at this car.
Alone, I had an $80,000 cash day. We're not even halfway through the month, and I've already collected over $100,000 in cash. Wes, you're going to love this, brother. I've done over $1 million in revenue since we plugged in together, over $700,000 in cash collected. And this wouldn't have been possible without you, brother. Guys, on a daily basis, I just show people how somebody like me came from the fucking Philippines, joining the Marine Corps as a machine gunner, to losing his job during the shutdown, to now dominating in the online space. Everything that's worked for me, I get to just do that and share that on a daily basis. If you're on the fence wondering if you should plug in with Wes, if he's really the guy, he is the guy. Stop wasting fucking time and plug in.
Wow, that really makes me want to do that. That really makes me want to do that. So what this man is saying is that he hired Wes Watson. He already developed wealthy businesses. And then somehow Wes Watson made him go to $100,000 a month. What did Wes Watson do? Show him how to sell drugs? I think, yeah, he's an actor. Yeah, I think he's a fucking actor. Like, there's no one except negative experiences on the internet right now that's actually worked with Wes Watson and has proof. Like, the only people I hear about who've actually worked with Wes Watson are people who share what he shared and explain it as it was horrible. More like West hired him for that commercial? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Holy fucking shit. The stupidest thing you could possibly fucking do right now is wait. Do not wait to start your fucking coaching business. The first of the year is going to kickstart your business and give you the momentum to keep you fucking killing it moving forward. If you're thinking about becoming a coach, you need to sign up now. We'll have your content set up, your offers, the apps, and you'll start to warm up to your followers so that when the first of the year hits, they're ready to sign up with you, motherfucker. DM me, coach, it's time.
Does anyone question this? I just don't know how well this works. Does it, whenever it relates to money, I get concerned because it's like, okay, do you think that the reason he has all of these nice things is because of this exact business model? And whether he creates satisfaction or not, he's making the money to buy these things? I just don't understand. So you're telling me that if I hire Wes, I'm going to be driving Lamborghinis around, or is it the other way around that if I hire Wes, he's going to be driving Lamborghinis around? And I'm going to be stuck in my stupid Toyota Corolla, which there's nothing wrong with Toyota Corollas, by the way. I fucking think they're great. But, that's the fucking reality of this.
Can everybody just realize they're not fooling anyone? You guys are so...
Look at how
Can everybody
red,
just realize...
Look at how red this man is. There's no filter on this fucking video.
They're not fooling anyone. You guys are so fucking transparent, it's disgusting. This is how all you motherfuckers are. You work every day of your life trying to make some money, and you fucking suck at it. So then you talk shit about people who have a lot of money. What the fuck? You work every day and you don't get nowhere. You're pissed. You're on the lower end of this money thing. Then you motherfuckers who have no followers, have no fucking clout online, don't pull off shit, you come online and you talk shit about social media. Then get the fuck off social media. If you didn't give a fuck about social media, then why are you posting on social media about people who validate?
Because they're making fun of you, Wes Watson. No one's the funny thing is the people who make fun of Wes Watson are not making fun of him because they're jealous of him making money. They're not making fun of him because they're coming, like, no shot. There's no shot in the world that Wes Watson makes more than Penguin Zero. Charlie. There's no fucking shot that is actual reality. I'm actually publishing a video. Mario says, "Where's your mom, Wes?" I'm publishing a video where his mom goes into DMs and she's messaging creators who are making content about Wes Watson. She's like sending them personal DMs saying, "Hey, can you please stop bullying my son?" I'm not even kidding you. I have the DMs in my next video. It's going to be crazy. But the reality is Penguin Zero makes multiple more millions of dollars than Wes Watson, yet Wes Watson still points at him and calls him an idiot. And it's like, dude, at what point do you realize that you're the own part of your demise? You're sinking a fucking ship faster than you can pull the water out. Like, it's disgusting.
Social media too much, you fucking morons. And you motherfuckers who work out and try to go to the gym all the time, but you can't seem to get nowhere. You talk shit about the people.
It's because they're not taking steroids, dude. I don't understand why this is so hard to say. It's like, yeah, he's not turning red and purple like me. He's not turning vascular like me. It's because he's not taking steroids. Like, no shit.
We're good at it and got somewhere. It's like, you guys are so fucking transparent, it's laughable. You fucking losers are at the lower end of this. We see it.
Mr. West, we got your Mini Kelly orange on the way now. Packed up and shipped, baby.
That's just such a gross misuse of money. Gross misuse of money. A question that I always ask is, what is the point of buying these things? Why buy this shit? Because that money could be spent on other investments. It could be spent donating. It could be spent helping homeless people. What if he made it? Look, check this out. What if he made a video where he gave each homeless person he saw $5,000 and said, the title of the video, "My coaching business helped me save homeless people," or something like that, right? And it's like, you realize that would go so much more viral than buying this fucking bag and posting this on his story. And more people would probably be like, damn, homie's got some fucking morals. Let's hire him. He knows what he's talking about. Or imagine if he went to a place like Thailand. And this is something you never get to experience unless you've lived somewhere like Thailand. People call me a passport bro all you want. It's true. Very true. I prefer foreign women 10 times over not. But you go to these foreign countries and you go to like the countryside and you see how people are living with no public sewage, nowhere to put their shit, their piss. They're going to school with a chalkboard, no flooring and no desk. They all just sit on the ground and learn. Why doesn't Wes go to somewhere like that, give them $100K, they can build a school, make bathrooms, maybe invent some kind of sewage system, and make that a video. My coaching business helped me spend 100+K on this small Thailand village. Boom. Millions of views and likely way more positive exposure that would net him more business. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he spends money on this that would literally equate to the same spend, but it doesn't get him anywhere. It's just like wasted money. It's not even an investment in his content. It's just literally wasted money on products for girls he's hiring. It's crazy.
It may just be me. No, it's not. It's just high-level people. I can't be around some low-level ass shit. Even if a chick's bad and she don't know how to fucking dress, or she's got some busted ass nasty bag with her, or her shoes are all fucking disgusting and she has no fucking style, it's fucking embarrassing. I don't care.
Maybe you had a bad day, you know? Like maybe the girl you're hanging out with or something, maybe she had a bad day. You ever think that maybe she has kids that she has to take care of and maybe her first priority isn't putting the Gucci shoes on? Or that she had to, pick her kids up from fucking school so she couldn't go get her hair done? It's just wild to me. Like, what are you talking about, Wes?
How big the BBL is, how fucking nice the fake tits are. I don't give a fuck how pretty she is if she's wearing some fucking Payless stripper hooker shoes and the same fucking shit all the time. It fucking bothers the fuck out of me. So that's just me. But your chick's an extension of you. Make sure she looks good. Really.
Your chick's an extension of you, so if she leaves the house, if she leaves the fucking house without wearing nice clothes, you're gonna beat her fucking ass, okay? That's what it is. Wes Watson told me so. Babe, you better put on the fucking Fenty Prada or you ain't leaving the fucking house until I say so. Like, what?
Okay,
Oh
your
God.
guys' Q&A fucking sucked yesterday. Ask some good questions. Let me give you some context. 7 years ago, I had $200 and got out.
I love this grift. Hey, audience who pays for my style of life that I'm lavishly living in and obviously love, you suck. So thanks. Come on, man.
Out of prison. Now, my life is like this. I've only posted on YouTube and Instagram and closed all these sales from my YouTube and Instagram. I'm sober. There's veins in my chest like this. I've had many relationships online.
Point the fucking camera down, Wes. Show us your belly. We just saw it. You can't hide the fact that you're actually just fat. We all know it.
That were completely visible. What the fuck do you want to ask a motherfucker? Everybody in the world knows my...
I would love to... In those Q&As, Wes, how do you do your taxes? Wes, where's your money go? Wes, what are your taxes? How much do you claim on expenses each year, Wes? How much do you claim on expenses? Do you claim capital gains in the houses you sell or buy? What stocks and bonds do you invest in? Are you in any ETFs? Guarantee you couldn't answer any of these fucking questions.
Name now. I mean, if you're trying to build your brand or sell something online, you should just say, Wes, how'd you get your name out there so crazy? Tell me how to do that, and then I'll tell you how to fucking do it. But that's what you learn.
Here's how he did it. Be irrational, be rude, and be a fucking rage baiter. That's it. Done.
Get around the motherfucker and really start to apply everything. No. Q&A?
All right, watch
Q&A!
this. Watch this. Oh my god, I'll do it on my phone. I'll do it on my phone. Where's my phone? Shit. Yeah. I can't do this right now. My service dog. Because I actually did service for this country instead of just went to prison. I get a service dog. All right, guys. I'm going to ask him. Let's see. This is either going to go hilariously or super funny. And he will respond anonymously or he'll respond publicly. So I'm going to say, what do your taxes How much do you claim on expenses? Expenses. I can't do it with one hand. Okay, fuck it. Okay, send. All right, let's see what happens. Keep you guys updated.
So how big a pussy? So I'm 6 foot. How tall are you, babe?
He's not 6 foot.
5'3", 5'4".
Is that about 7 inches? Don't stand on tippy toes. How big a pussies everybody is? Just run it down for you. It's real difficult. At 245, I have this. I don't give a fuck if you're 350 pounds. The absolute hardest obstacle in my... Bro, have you been paying attention? I have straight knocked the ball out the park on so many speaking events. So, I want to know how you know this. The only reason people try to argue their point on me or they try to debate against me is because they know I'm right. If I was some real skinny, nerdy dude with long ass hair and 10-inch arms, and I'm like, you motherfuckers all want to be like me. You guys are pussies that you don't play Dungeons and Dragons and whoop it at your grandma's fucking cave. It would just be laughed at. No one would get mad at me and hate on me. And the only reason they get that way is because they know I'm that much better than them. And it makes them fucking pissed off. They tried to be...
I'm so interested how in his mind he justifies the statement that he just made. That everyone who makes content about him is only doing so because he's better than them. I would be making this content if he talked this way and it was him doing World of Warcraft. I would be making this content if he was a true incel sitting at home typing on his keyboard right now, just making voiceovers. But it was this individual's personality. Like, I would be making this kind of content any day, all the time, for sure. It has nothing to do with it.
What I am, and I beat them. So they're pissed. If I was, like I said, if I was one of these people who are not desirable to be, nobody would be arguing against me. I am the most desirable male to be.
Chief out of flight, nigga can't even see me on way out of here.
This is so embarrassing.
Heard me as ash for the dump my ash. Bitch so pretty, look better than Cassie.
Bro, I literally have a dad bod right now, like straight up. Like my waist is huge. I somewhat have some abs. My arms and shoulders are just massive and veiny. This is my version of a dad bod. If you're talking ripped, I'm not ripped. But I like the prison yoked look. Like that dude is thick. That motherfucker will murk me. I don't think I'm gonna be able to move that guy. Like that's.
You can definitely move that guy. Aim for the legs. There's a good saying in martial arts, which is you chop the tree down. Doesn't matter how big or tall someone is, you just chop the tree down. If you kick a motherfucker in his legs, your legs don't get bigger, buddy. Your shin's still where your shin is for the rest of your life. That's not moving. Your femur's still where your femur is the rest of your life. That's not moving. The knees are where your knees are. That's not moving. If I kick you shin on knee, you're on the ground and you're not getting back up. Full stop.
That's just the look I like. I don't, I might try to cut down a little bit here and there, but for the most part, my goal is size and strength. Who the fuck's calling? You guys.
Sounds like a really sturdy relationship to me.
Big Joe.
Oh.
Big Boy and Callie are a straight family. I told them, come out here once a month. Stay at the pad. Don't even stay at an RV. I'll give you guys a whip to drive while you're here because they're straight family. All my boys are like, those are the coolest motherfuckers. We all just get along like it's...
We talked about Callie being like the worst thief in the world. We talked about Big Boy too. It's crazy. You guys want to see some really cringe shit? This is the most cringe shit I've ever seen.
Homie. Let's go. Down. Up. 9. Come on, hold that shit. Let's go. Have discipline. If you can't force yourself to do shit you don't want to do, you'll never fucking be successful. Let's go. Down. Up. 10. That's right. Come on. We got
that guy's barely holding on.
All in, homie. Let's go. Down. Up. 9. Come on, hold that shit. Let's go. Have discipline. If you can't force.
The first comment, I wonder when they're all jumping in the shower together. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Well, that's... Doesn't get much worse than that, you guys. That's some crazy shit. It doesn't get much worse than that. Wes Watson, what can I say that's not already been said? A fucking dweeb. A absolute imbecile. Almost as bad as Callie Muscle. If we just look at Callie's channel right now, his Instagram. Let's just see. I guarantee you he's posted something since the last time I was on this. Yep. Okay. I'm not even going to open it. What are the chances? What are the chances that this is a promotional item? Right? This is, I'm going to open up a new post. I guarantee you this post right here, I haven't seen it yet. It's got to be something promotional. Let's see. Oh my god, I was wrong. Oh my god. I'm happy for Callie, man. Good for him. Good for him. He's actually posted. Oh shit. All right, guys. What the fuck? Man. All right, well, I appreciate y'all for being here for my brain slop content consumption. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it does me a huge, massive favor. We got videos coming out every day. A video coming out tomorrow. We have a video coming out the next day after that. We have a video coming out for the next day after that. And then I'm just going to keep making more videos until, you know what? I don't know what the end point is. I like making videos. I'll be honest. That's all I enjoy doing. I just enjoy content production. That's just who I am, I guess. But appreciate y'all being here. Please do me a favor. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a beautiful Saturday. Spend some time with your friends and family. I know I won't, but hopefully you will. And I can live through you. Do things that you've never done before. Try new things. I think that's really important as a human being. And don't pay for Wes Watson's coaching program. I think that's pretty easy. I think that's super simple to do. Maybe not.